everyone, my name is Catherine. I'm in my 20s and I work as the Director of Communications at Transform Life Church. It was a season of wonderment. I wouldn't want to call it like anxiety or fear, because as a church we had been praying, so we weren't too concerned that this would end negatively, but we were wondering like what effects the government was going to take, where would we see ourselves, and it never really filled me personally with much fear, especially because I myself was dealing with my own illness, so I was kind of not even at work. So I was really just waiting to hear what my workplace was going to say as it related to Corona. We took the measure immediately to just suspend meeting at work, and then the government came out and said, well, everybody must work from home, and then the government came out and said, well, church should not happen for a while. So we just had to kind of ride and whistle and figure it out as we go along. One of the things that I would say was we were very blessed because Transform Life Church has a very visionary leadership. So we were dealing with people who had been praying about things similar, had already been thinking about moving online and investing more online. And so when Corona first came, there wasn't this, oh, what are we gonna do? But almost like what we had already started putting into place was exactly what we needed for that season. First off, professionally, while the church on a whole had to kind of scale back some of the things they were doing and limit a lot, my department was actually going on overdrive because we're communications. So every little change, we had to be the ones communicating it. When we moved online, we were the ones handling the entire online department, and so doing church online and communicating online every week, that became our jobs. So it was actually an overtime kind of moment for me at work. And then personally, I wasn't as negatively affected by Corona. I really enjoy, because I'm still in it right now, the work from home process. I like the idea that we can work wherever we are as long as we're being efficient about it. So that was really great. It's also been great just being at home and being able to be with family, because you know the work day takes up so much of your time that really by the time you reach home and you turn around 2 times, you're tired and you want to go to your bed. But now you get to have little breaks during the day and hang out with your family and be online with friends, and so I've really enjoyed that. It has been difficult, especially financially, when you're in a family where others have lost their jobs or are not working at the moment, and so you are dealing with increased bills because now everybody's at home during the day. But I must say that God has been so faithful, because in a time when we expected, especially like the JPS bill, to go up so much, we were actually seeing the lowest bills since the year started and stuff like that. And that was really just God and his miracle working power in our lives, and so we just give him all the praise for that. As I said before, we have very innovative people at Transform Life Church. So we were already in the process of doing a lot of these changes, and we really just started to ramp them up. We went online completely for 9 months. So even when the government said that churches could meet back again, they still had the rules that you couldn't meet back if you had AC. And we were completely AC'd, and the space that we were in didn't even allow us to not have on the AC, and the amount of equipment that we're using, it wouldn't have been safe. So we were online much longer than other churches, and we realized the beauty just in being online, because now we basically became a global church. We were meeting with people around the world. There were people on the other half of the world tuning in online and being a part of our life groups, and so it was really amazing to just see that change. And it was something that we knew was God ordained, because he told us we were going to plant a church in 2020, and even as we reflect, we realize that it was an online church that he was talking about, because now we have a very robust system as it relates to our online interaction. I'm very encouraged about what the future holds for our industry. I feel like as a church, this is an incredible opportunity to, one, teach people what it's like to operate in faith even in times that could make other people be filled with fear. We actually did sermon series that were specifically targeted to what was happening in our nation, and so we felt like we were really attacking the same things that the enemy was trying to use to keep people from church, and we were using it to build people's faith. I also feel like we are never going to slow down online, and we're only going to get better at it from here. And so I'm excited for that, because it really does allow us to reach the world for Christ even as we remain in Jamaica. I also know that as a church, it has led us to find new ways to serve and to remind people that we are serving. So we did care packages, we gave out tablets to students and schools so that they'd be able to be online, and these were opportunities that we could show our love in tangible ways as it related to this pandemic. So for however longer it lasts, I'm still hopeful that our church will be able to really meet the needs of our society, meet the needs of our congregation, and continue to transform this community, transform this nation for good.